Today's lesson is called The Invisible Girl. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Roger. Welcome to our show. And today we're going to continue to summarize our featured short story, The Invisible Girl. This story was published way back in 1833. It's by Mary Shelley, the woman who is famous for writing Frankenstein. She wrote quite a lot of stories, and this is an interesting story, and that's why we're talking about it this month. Now, let's see what happened last time. This story is taking place in Wales. It's close to the coast there. It's the weather-beaten shores of Wales. There's an old tower there, and a traveler gets caught in a storm there, seeks shelter inside, and the caretaker sees the man, and he notices that the man likes a painting there, and the caretaker proceeds to tell the traveler the story of the painting.
Correct, and the story of the painting is pretty much the story of The Invisible Girl. By the way, this is not a ghost story, okay? We're not talking about a ghost. The Invisible Girl is a person who lights a light, but no one has ever actually seen her. Further, people only see this flickering light from a distance, okay? When they actually get to the light is gone, and there's no girl to be seen anywhere. Yes, it sounds a little bit spooky, but I don't think there's any paranormal activity going on. Anyways, who's this light for? We don't exactly know, but we do know that there's a guy named Henry Vernon. He's an important part of the story that the caretaker is telling this traveler. Anyways, go ahead and take a short break. When we come back, though, we'll learn more about Henry Vernon, his travels, and the Invisible Girl.
As a young man, Henry had fallen in love with his adopted sister, Rosina. On one ill-fated day, his cruel aunt got hold of a letter from Rosina to Henry and showed it to their father. Angered by their relationship, Henry's father threw Rosina out, after which she vanished without a trace and was presumed dead. Henry later returned from his travels abroad and came to Wales in an attempt to discover clues about the cause of Rosina's tragic demise and the whereabouts of her remains.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 ill-fated， 这个字是形容词，指不幸的、倒霉的。举例来说 Last Saturday was the ill-fated day that I got into the car accident. 上星期六是个不幸的一天，因为我出了一场车祸。接着我们看到动词 presume， 指认定、假定，通常是基于有迹可循的证据做出推断，而且对结果有一定的把握。例如I presume that with your training and experience, this position will be a piece of cake. 我认为以你的训练和经验，这个职位对你来说轻而易举。或是 Since it's 2 p.m., I presume you've already had lunch. 既然已经下午2点了，我假定你已经吃过午餐了。另外补充一个相关动词 assume, A-S-S-U-M-E, assume, 指假设、猜想、臆断。通常是在毫无依据的情况下做出直觉的猜测，没有特别的理由或证据，像是 Nicky assumed Paul would finish the cleaning, but he didn't. Nicky 猜 Paul 会完成打扫，但他没有。再来，我们看到单字 demise， 这个字是名词，指人死亡或事件消亡。例如 The actress's demise shocked the whole nation. 那名女演员的死亡震惊了全国。或是The demise of the company was long predicted as it'd been slowly losing money for years. 很早之前就能预料到这家公司会倒闭，因为它多年来一点一滴在亏钱。
Okay, so again, Henry Vernon seems to be the main character in this story. So the story continues here as told by the caretaker to the traveler who is now in the tower. As a young man, Henry Vernon, had fallen in love with his adopted sister, Rosina. Okay, so if it's your adopted sister, that means you had your family with your parents, but then this other girl arrived who was from a different family, different parents, but she lost her parents or something like that. So she moved in to your family and she became your, I guess, your stepsister. In this particular case, it will be your adopted sister. You're not related by blood, but you're still siblings.
Here we're learning about Henry a little bit more and his circumstances. Now, on one ill-fated day, his cruel aunt got hold of a letter from Rosina to Henry and showed it to their father. So she got this letter, this cruel aunt. Somehow she obtained it or got this letter, and she showed it to their father. Look at this. These two people are in love, but they're brother and sister. There's something terribly wrong about all of this. Even though they're not blood related, it's still kind of frowned upon for adopted siblings to fall in love and stuff like that. And yes, this is an ill-fated day. This is a day that was not a good one for anyone involved as far as Rosina or Henry. Yes, this was a bad day for them, a bad luck day for them. Now, angered by their relationship, Henry's father threw Rosina out, after which she vanished without a trace and was presumed dead. So there you go. People kind of frown upon these types of relationships. Yes, you are adopted brothers and sisters, but you're still brothers and sisters, so romance and love should not be occurring between you two. It's not wrong, but it is weird and frowned upon in society. So yes, Henry's father heard about this, got wind of it, and he was angered by their relationship, and he threw his adopted daughter out. He threw Rosina out, and yes, she vanished afterwards, and people presumed she was dead or just thought that she was dead.
Well, she hasn't been seen. There hasn't been any news from her, so she must be dead. She must have drowned in the ocean or got run over by a large truck or had a heart attack in the forest, and no one's found her body yet, so she's presumed dead. And, of course, Henry would be very sad about this. Henry later returned from his travels abroad to foreign countries and came to Wales in an attempt to discover clues about the cause of Rosina's tragic demise and the whereabouts of her remains. So he was probably pretty sad, so he took these travels abroad, maybe went to Germany, France, Spain, Italy, or whatever, and then he came back to Wales there. And he thought, yes, this is a problem that we need to solve. What happened to Rosina? He went back there in order to discover clues about her disappearance. In an attempt to discover, in order to, they mean the same thing.
Yeah, he's trying to discover clues. He's trying his hardest to find clues, proof, whatever, about the cause of Rosina's tragic demise. Here, your demise is your death. So it says here, he wants to know all about her tragic demise and the whereabouts of her remains. Yes, she disappeared, but where did her body go? I want to know the whereabouts of her remains.
Yep, the whereabouts, the location of something, but please be careful. This word is plural here. So, of course, whereabouts does have an S at the end of it. And that just means her general location. We don't really know what happened to her, so he's trying to find out her whereabouts, where her body could be or where she ended up. Maybe she got amnesia or something and was adopted by somebody else. Who knows? Yeah, he wants to find out where she ended up and where her body is.
There you go. He wants to know everything about Rosina's tragic death or demise. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Morning broke Henry's reverie. The fishermen awoke, and the men walked to a cottage to get help with repairing the boat. The residents of the cottage informed Henry that a woman had been seen at the tower window and in the nearby forest. While the fishermen fixed the boat, Henry searched the tower but found nothing. In the woods, however, he discovered a small shoe that resembled Rosina's. That night, Henry saw a light from the tower again, so he hurried there and called out. Recognizing her lover's voice, Rosina emerged from a concealed room.
二部分我们看到名词 reverie 指遐想、幻想、白日梦。举例来说 Rita got lost in her reverie and didn't notice the man behind her. Rita 陷入了遐想中，所以没有发现后面有人。或是 When Terry entered my room, he interrupted my reverie. Terry 进我的房间时打断了我的白日梦。再来我们看到一个单字 cottage， 这个字是名词，指农舍、小屋。例如 Though the cottage was small, it always felt like home to Mark. 虽然那间农舍很小，对 Mark 而言却像家一样。或是 My wealthy relatives own a mountain cottage near a ski resort. 我的有钱亲戚在滑雪度假地附近拥有一个山间小屋。另外补充一个相关名词 hut, H-U-T, hut 指简陋的小屋、茅舍。我们可以说 On vacation, Molly stayed in a small hut on the beach. Molly 度假时住在沙滩上的一间小屋。
Okay, let's continue summarizing the story again. It's mostly about Henry Vernon here, and he has returned from travels abroad to Wales, and he's trying to figure out what happened to Rosina, his adopted sister who he was in love with. And, of course, when his father found out about their relationship, the father kicked her out of the house, and she disappeared without a trace, so everybody just assumed that she was dead. She was presumed dead, and here we've got Henry coming back to Wales to find her whereabouts. Okay, so morning broke Henry's reverie. Reverie here just refers to the heavy, depressing thoughts that you're having. You're lost in your thoughts, you're daydreaming, and in this particular case, he's brooding. He's sad about what happened.
Yeah, then the fisherman awoke, and the men walked to a cottage to get help with repairing the boat. Remember, their boat didn't wreck, but it had been damaged by the storm there, so it makes sense here. They wake up after sleeping, and together with Henry, they walk to a cottage there, and they say, hey, we need some help fixing our boat. Now, here we have the word cottage. A cottage is just like a small, cozy house.
Yep, very small, very simple. You probably can't live there year-round. It's usually next to some kind of lake or maybe the beach. So this is a small house near the shoreline there of Wales there. And they're asking for help. Hey, we got caught in the storm yesterday. Our boat was damaged. Can you help us fix it? Well, the residents of the cottage, the people who live there, informed Henry that a woman had been seen at the tower window and in the nearby forest. So they said, yeah, that's why we're here. We're looking for this woman. And they said, hey, you know, we've actually seen a woman who kind of fits your description. We've seen her in the tower window before, and we've also seen her in a nearby forest, but we don't really know who she is.
Now, while the fishermen fixed the boat, Henry searched the tower, but found nothing. Then, in the woods, however, he discovered a small shoe that resembled Rosina. So is this a fairy girl? Is it a ghost girl? No, it sounds like maybe, just maybe, this girl is Rosina. No one's seen her, but it doesn't mean that she's not there. Apparently she dropped the shoe here, and Henry has found it. He has discovered this small shoe. It might be Rosina's because, yes, it does resemble Rosina's shoe. Now, that night, Henry saw a light again from the tower, or Henry saw a light from the tower again, I should say. So he hurried there and called out.
Called out, called her name. Hey, are you there? Who's got that light there? Who's got that flickering light there? We want to know who you are. And recognizing her lover's voice, Rosina emerged from a concealed room. So she recognized his voice. Hey, I would know that voice anywhere. That's Henry's voice. So she recognized his voice. She had heard it before. So then she emerged from a concealed room. So here we've got the verb to emerge. That just means to come out or to come up if you're underwater. For example, the submarine emerged from the water, and it was a German U-boat. We were really scared. But in this particular case, yes, she came out from a room that was concealed or hidden.
Hidden and sealed off. If you were in the tower, you wouldn't be able to find this room. The entrance to that room would be hidden. So yes, before Henry did search the tower, but he wasn't going to find anything because this room that Rosina is hiding in is concealed. All right, folks, with that, this part of our story is now complete. But don't worry, when we come back, we'll have more for you. In fact, we'll be wrapping up The Invisible Girl right after this.
Overjoyed, the couple got married. Every year from then on, they returned to celebrate their reunion at the tower, the place where Henry fondly hung the painting of his invisible girl.
第三部分，我们看到形容词 overjoyed， 指欣喜若狂的，极度高兴的，像是 Jack was overjoyed to know that their team won the championship. Jack 得知他们的队伍赢得冠军时欣喜若狂。
Okay, here's the final part of our lesson for today. Let's continue to summarize. Overjoyed, the couple got married. So if you're overjoyed, that means you are extremely happy. Enough said about that. They were really happy to find each other again after all this time. So the couple got married, even though their father would not have approved. And every year from then on, they returned to celebrate their reunion at the tower. So from then on, starting at that time in the past, they came back there every year to celebrate their reunion.
So there you go. From every year from then on until one of them died, I guess. Every year after then, they would come back and they would celebrate their reunion. By the way, a reunion is a situation where two people or two things, let's say, come together once again. Maybe they were separated like Henry and Rosina, but yes, when they come together again, when they are once again united, you can say that they've had a reunion. Like this year, I have to attend my high school's class reunion. Yes, my high school class is having their reunion this year, and I pretty much have to go.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. But before we have our discussion, we'd like to hear from our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。今天的课文里面有好几句使用了分词构句，那我们就先简单复习一下分词构句的用法，再来看看这一些句子。当一个句子里面前后子句的主词相同，我们可以把其中一句的主词省略，再把那句的动词改分词 VING 或是 PP。 动词是主动，我们就用现在分词 VING， 被动就用过去分词 PP。 好，那么连接词如果不影响到语义，也可以省略不用。那于是你就会看到像这种 VING 或者是 PP 逗号主词加动词这一类的句型咯。好，首先我们来看课文第一部分的第三句，他说 Angered by their relationship, Henry's father threw Rosina out. 亨利的父亲对他们的关系大为震怒，便把 Rosina 赶出家门了。好，那句子里面的连接词它被省略了。我们看到前半句它是 angered by their relationship， 就是以过去分词 angered 开头的分词构句。那么 angered 它是从 Henry's father was angered 简化而来，它省略相同主词 Henry's father， 把动词 was 改成现在分词 being 也常常省略不用，所以我们只看到它剩下过去分词 angered。 好，再来看到课文第二部分的最后一句写道 Recognizing her lover's voice, Rosina emerged from a concealed room. Rosina 认出爱人的声音，便从一间隐蔽的房间走了出来。好，这边这个句子它的连接词同样被省略了。前半句的 recognizing her lover's voice， 它就是以现在分词 recognizing 开头的分词构句。那 recognizing 是由 Rosina recognized 简化而来，省略相同的主词 Rosina， 然后把那个动词改现在分词 recognizing。 好，再来看到课文第三部分的第一句，他写到 overjoyed The couple got married. 这对情侣欣喜若狂而结为连理。那句子里面连接词一样被省略嘛，然后我们看到逗号前面它只有过去分词 overjoyed， 同学们应该会了吧？ overjoyed 就是由这个 the couple was overjoyed 简化而来的哦。那么看课文这3个例子，同学们对分词构句应该比较有概念了。我们另外造2个例句来让同学们看看不省略连接词的情况。举例来说 Although the apartment is small, it is quite expensive. 虽然那间公寓很小，但它还蛮贵的。那这时候我们把前半句改成分词构句，就是省略了相同主词 the apartment， 然后把动词 is 改成 being， 再把 being 省略。这个句子就可以简化成 Although small, the apartment is quite expensive. 好，那么保留连接词 although 就会让前后语义会比较清楚，有那个虽然怎么样但是怎么样那个语义嘛。好，我们再来看个例句。If damaged during shipping, the product can be returned within 10 days. 如果商品在运送过程中有毁损，10天内可以退货。那句子里面的 if damaged 就是由 if the product is damaged 简化而来的分词构句，我们保留连接词 if 也会让语义更清楚。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Presume.After many days of searching, rescuers presumed the lost hikers were dead. Whereabouts. Anyone with information about the suspect's whereabouts should contact the police. Cottage. Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother lived in a small cottage deep in the woods. Emerge. Trying to scare his friend, Jackson suddenly emerged from his hiding place and shouted, "Boo!" Concealed.Miranda discovered a concealed door in the basement of her parents' house. Reunion. Airports are the site of many emotional partings and reunions.
Discussion Starter starts now!
All right, everyone, it's now time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger.
Yep.
If you were Henry's father, how would you have reacted to the knowledge of Henry and Rosina's relationship?
Yes, I would have reacted in a similar way because it's just too weird for a brother and sister to have a romantic relationship, even though they are not related by blood. You're supposed to be a family there. You're not supposed to be doing things like that, especially with the parents not knowing about it. How about you?
Well, even though this type of thing, this type of relationship is frowned upon, I still wouldn't have kicked Rosina out of the house. She's my adopted daughter. I have agreed to take care of her, to treat her like my own child. So there's no way in the world I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have kicked her out of my house. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.